Digital games being removed from stores or having their servers taken offline, killing the game forever, isn't really rare nowadays. What is rare is when game companies take it to where their games are fully playable after the support is dropped.
It's kind of like what Shift Up did with Destiny Child, and what Nintendo did with that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp? Yeah? Okay. Anyway, SEGA has done the same with 9 of its games from the now discontinued SEGA Forever program. I was going to read them out, but you can just look in the monitor. The games will be delisted at some point in the future, but if you download them now, you'll be able to keep them forever and play them forever. So that's kind of cool, especially since a lot of them have like added controls and stuff.
Booster plays Super Monkey Ball on his phone, and they actually added a gyroscope function to it, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, welcome to Necro News, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week. This week we'll be covering why Death Stranding 2 was made worse, the Alzura failure, Nexus Mods going insane, and a lot more.
So subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and let's jump right into it.
Death Stranding 2 is set to release this week, and while there's certainly a lot to expect from whatever Kojima has cooked, we've learned something interesting about the game during development. During an interview with Rolling Stone, Woodkid, one of the 2 composers for the game, said that Kojima didn't want the game to be too good. Because who would want a good game, I guess? Anyway, according to Woodkid, Kojima said to him, "We have a problem. We've been testing the game with players and the results are too good. And that means something is wrong. We have to change something."
There's Kojima, look!
Apparently, he changed stuff in the script and the way some crucial stuff happens in the game because he thought his work was not polarizing and not triggering enough emotions. If everyone likes it, it means it's mainstream. It means it's conventional. It means it's already pre-digested for people to like it.
He takes himself so seriously these days. He's an artist now.
Imagine hiring a bunch of mainstream popular actors for your game and not expecting the game to be mainstream. Crazy, I know.
Whether this means Death Stranding 2 will be shit or not, who knows? But what we do know is that it should be a fantastic delivery simulator. Unless he managed to fuck that up too because it was too good. I don't understand this at all. Even if the playtesters were just giving empty compliments, their opinions would still be valid, right, Ellie?
Also, wouldn't a game being popular and good be a good thing when you own your own game studio?
Good point. I wonder if this is marketing. I'm gonna assume this is a marketing tactic. I don't know how it's good marketing, but I don't fucking Kojimbo. Oh, Randy Pitchford. The Gearbox CEO previously said that real Borderlands fans would pay for the game no matter what the price was. And then he later walked it back, saying that he didn't know what the price would be. And honestly, he should have just shut the fuck up, but that's not how Randy does. No. But we do have the prices for the game now. The good news is that no, it's not $80. The bad news is that it's $70. But that's not all.
For the low price of $130, you can get the full base game, a skin, another skin, 4 unique areas and bosses, new gear and new weapons, a skin, 4 vehicle skins, 12 more customizable parts, 2 new playable characters, 2 new story packs, 2 new map regions. All this cool stuff that isn't in the base game, even though it's ready at release. But Ellie, you may be asking yourself, what if I don't want to have all the release content the game could possibly have on day one?
Well then do I have a deal for you! For a measly $20 more, you can get the Collector's Edition. This edition is a limited stock item, but all the stuff you get far outweighs the $150 price tag. You'll get an 8-inch Electronic Echo 4 statue, a 17-inch polyester cloth map of the world, 5 whole golden keys, a cheap Vault Seeker necklace, and finally, 4 double-sided lithograph art prints of the new Vault Hunters. Wow, what a deal!
And the game, right, Booster?
What?
The Collector's Edition comes with the base game too, right?
No, it doesn't.
That's 2K games for you, everyone. Our next story is going to be about the Nexus Mods updates, and we know people are going to have opinions on them, and that's fine. On stories like this, we try to remain as neutral as possible and just present the facts. But if you like to share your opinions in the comments, that's fine. However, we like to remind everyone to remain respectful for everyone's opinions, okay? Or your comment's gonna get deleted. Now with that out of the way, Dark One, the admin of Nexus Mods, had announced that he was stepping down from his position after nearly 24 years.
One of his reasons for doing so was to take care of his mental health. Following his announcement, there were concerns with how this would affect moderation on the site, given the apparent censorship of various mods that have occurred over the past 3 years or so. Examples being the mod that removed the pride flag from Spider-Man 2 being delisted, the Oblivion mod that changed the terms body type 1 and 2 to male and female, getting shit on, that kind of stuff. So, as you can imagine, many people were wondering, would the censorship get worse or would it get better?
In addition to that, the new site owners, Victor, Marinus, and Nikolai, were part of Chosen, a company dedicated to assistance with game monetization, leading user concerns over monetization in the future. But in regards to that, nothing has happened. As for moderation and censorship, nothing seems to have really changed. It just seems like it's gotten a lot more targeted. Whether it was directly related to the shift in ownership or not, various Stellar Blade mods were removed from the site.
And no, it's not the Pregnant Eve mod, or the Hands Are Now Feet mod.
What?
Those are still up. You haven't seen that? Would you like to see that? What do you mean why? Look at it. That's why.
The fetish thing?
Is the foot mod a fetish thing?
That's just fucking weird.
Yes, correct. Yes. Yeah, no. I had to see those, and now Ellie has seen them, so you do too. Now, the mods that have been removed were the skin suit outfit and bare legs, Ellie. In a game that has a pregnant mod and feet for hands, the bare legs mod got removed. Why were these banned? I don't know. If you look at the fucking mods for Skyrim, you got bestiality. But as of right now, all of these mods are available at Ayaka Mods, so if anything worse would occur with Nexus Mods in the future, it will. You can at least go over there.
Nexus Mods for all your fetish needs, unless it's too vanilla.
Metroid Prime still doesn't have a release date, but if you were using the London Underground this week, I'm sorry. But also, you may have made the mistake thinking that Metroid Prime 4 is out, thanks to this sign.
The sign was pointed out by Reddit user Orchestar and noticed that the Prime 4 ad said the game was out now, despite the game actually not being out yet. Does that mean the game is coming out soon, or is it just around the corner? We don't know.
Interestingly, the out now part could be something that could get Nintendo into trouble, as it's technically false advertisement. So unless they put out a statement, this could become a problem for them.
I feel like this was a promo poster that just got released way too early. There were 2 game cancellations this week, one we didn't actually know about, and one that booster, well... While booster sulks, I'll explain about Alzura Radiant Echoes, as it has some history behind it. The studio for developing the game, Studio Camellia, was founded in 2022 and had started development of the game after getting funding from various investors, entering the Microsoft Developer Acceleration Program, among other things. But they also opened a Kickstarter page in 2024 to secure additional funding and to show the viability of the project to their various investors with a demo and to secure a publisher. That last part is important as they weren't transparent about the campaign basically being a fundraiser to make a demo they could pitch to investors, despite already having some. Booster, stop sulking.
Okay, according to Studio Camellia, a publisher was unable to be secured, and the decision to shutter the company was made on April 28th in a small post that had no fanfare whatsoever. So backers are pissed, and they have a right to be, because the wording the studio used implied that they were far along in their development cycle and had a tentative release of 2026. And despite them earning 300,000 euros on the project, there will be no refunds issued. This is basically just another reason to never trust a Kickstarter. How's Puff Pals doing, by the way?
I think there's regular updates.
Oh, okay. Well, that one's okay then.
The second cancellation is the sequel to Hypnospace Outlaw, Dream Settler. This comes as a surprise to a lot of people as a spin-off game, Slayer's X Terminal Aftermath Vengeance of the Slayer, did surprisingly successful for being a niche game.
The designer for the game, Jay Tholen, announced the cancellation via a YouTube video, where he explained the problems with having to follow both a budget according to a design document, which he wasn't used to doing when he made Hypnospace, along with development of the game taking too long to produce a fully functioning game.
Despite the game's cancellation, Jay did want to showcase what he had, though according to him, there wasn't any gameplay or even a fake internet to see, so it's mostly minigames, music, and video content. If you join the Patreon page, which launched in March as a last-ditch effort to secure additional funding, the most recent month's funding will be refunded to you.
I'm so sad about this, but hey, at least we have Wibbly. I gotta link that down below. With enough coordination, Foxhole players have managed to recreate Factorio in Foxhole. Oh my god, I fucking love Corpse Pile game. Anyway, let's recap everything. At the start of War 125, Torres, a member of KNGT, oh that's Knight, started to plan to see if he could make the largest factory in the history of Foxhole.
During the 10 days prior to the war, he was able to get enough manpower to build with Colonel Regiment, Joe, and plan out the factory. Once the war began, the best place for resources was determined to be at Westgate, which promptly led to the construction of the factory there.
The factory, which managed to be built at nearly double the expected capacity in the planning stage with something like 48 vehicle pods, managed to withstand 2 Tier 5 storms in the game without any significant changes in the supply chain, and any enemy sabotage from Warden partisans was dealt with before any damage could be achieved thanks to the Watchtower Brigade.
Though the war ended early, the factory was able to operate 24/7 for 8 days and produce a large amount of tanks and artillery in that time. We'll leave the major details to Robert Loves Games, as he made a long video on the factory.
This week's Buried Alive Banger, a segment where we cover a game that our community doesn't think has had enough attention, is Anonymous Coffee Machine.
We can't say that because it's an H game.
It's only kind of an H game. You can just disable
What we're actually going to talk about, or Buried Alive Banger, is Sea Fantasy. If you like fishing and video games, here you go.
I wasn't prepared for this. I'm sorry, guys.
And here are the games coming out this week. We've got Death Stranding 2, which we already partially covered, System Shock 2, Once Upon a Puppet, and I Am Your Beast, which sounds like an Otome game, but it's not. Anyway, let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to.
Here's our schedule for the week. Elden Ring and Lies of P. Forever, basically. The month of Elden Ring is almost... How much have we even done?
Not a lot, probably.
We're gonna have to pick up on that.
And that's it for this week's Necro News. Thank you very much for watching, and you've made it this far into the video. Post a frowny face for Nexus Mods being stupid, I guess.
Or a foot.
A foot works.
Gross. Anyway, thank you to our channel members for supporting us. The first or second week in July, we're going to do a fighting game tournament with members or something like that. I don't know. If you guys have a suggestion, let us know in the comments. And if you want to get in on that, consider becoming a member. It helps the channel grow.
So until next time, everyone,
Bye.
goodbye.